Welcome to your Windows 7 tutorial, and this is just going to show you a few of the things that Windows can do. I want to be able to help you get around it, navigate, and find some of those things you're used to seeing in different locations. But there are entire weeks of courses devoted to Windows and ginormous books full of things that Windows can do, and I don't want to get into all of that. So all I want to do is try and get into some basic things. And looky here, we got our first pop-up. Do you want to change the color scheme to improve performance? We'll talk about that in just a second. So without further ado, you'll see that it does look a little bit different, the Windows 7 look. I still have my Windows button down here for start, and when I click start, I've got a different look of options. And so one of the things that I want to talk about right off the bat is what's called the Snipping Tool. And it's right here. It's got the scissors with the little lasso on it, the Snipping Tool. You can click the Snipping Tool, click a new snip, and then you just drag the cursor around the thing that you're interested in. So we'll go for a rectangular snip, and boom. There's our snip right there. We can snip whatever we want. Web page, no problem. Part of a Word document, no problem. You name it, we can snip it. If you can see it on your monitor, you can snip it. And then you can save this in a variety of different ways. It gives you all kinds of choices, from a PNG to a GIF to a JPEG to a single file HTML. So whatever your picture needs are, you get to pick them. Typically, you're going to go with one of these top three for the most part. Okay, so that's the Snipping Tool. Really a handy dandy thing. So we don't want to save those changes. Back down here in the start menu, sticky notes. I think sticky notes are kind of neat because it pops up a little sticky on your computer. Do the test review file tomorrow and put a date in, 8/16 or whatever. And here's a little sticky note that you can put on your desktop. It's right there to give you a little reminder, hey, I need to remember to do this the next time I look at my computer screen. Or maybe just to organize thoughts, or if you got a brilliant idea. So that's a sticky note. I think those are really cool also. The other thing, we're used to having all the programs visible. Well, it's set up a little bit differently. It's still there, but it's right here, right above the search. So if you click all programs, and it'll bring you to a list of all the programs installed on your computer. All right. So if you just got Windows 7 over the summer, some of the programs that you really like may not be there. You might have to find them off the internet again or dig through that file cabinet. But this is where they will go once they are loaded. Okay, so you can see all my different files are right here, and all the different programs that I'm going to use. Okay, one of the things that is potentially very handy is called the Microsoft OneDrive. This is a cloud-based storage that you can set up. It's free from Microsoft, and it's really a cool thing that you can use. You can save it from school, work on it at home, and it's a little less cumbersome to use than the Web Tracker application. So that's the OneDrive. The control panel then doesn't have its own thing like we're used to seeing, so it's right here, the control panel, and we do a lot of stuff through there. And you can click the control panel. It takes you to this look that you see right here. So one of the things that you'll want to do is probably not have the golf pictures on. So you'll want to change what your backdrop looks like, and maybe change the screensaver and all that. And that's going to be under Appearance and Personalization. And you can pick everything that you could think of to pick from this point right here. One of the things that I would encourage you to double check is the screen resolution. We've got our smart boards. The smart boards really want a specific screen resolution. So the one that we've discovered that works best is the 1280 by 1024. Now there's a lot of different options in there, okay? But we have a more square-ish 4:3 ratio setup on our smart boards. So a more rectangular shape will not necessarily work. So 1080 to 1024 or the 1024 768, something that's more 4:3 ratio than the 9:16 ratio. Okay, so that's where you can set those guys up, and and get your projectors looking good. If you find a screen ratio that works really, really well, let me know so that I can let our faculty know. Or better yet, you let our faculty know, hey, this one works really, really great. So that's where you can get some of those things. The other place that you'll spend a lot of time is probably in My Computer, which is right here. And it doesn't say My Computer anymore, it just says Computer. But when you click on that, it takes you to all the different network drives that we have here at Netman Public Schools, and it allows you access to all those different things. Now, you can only access the network drive while you've logged into a school device. You can't access your stuff with WebTrucker. That's a video for later. Okay. Lastly, we're used to having all this string of information in the lower right-hand corner, but all that string of information is now hidden. We just see a few of those things now, but if there's a little triangle right here, if you click it, it'll pop up a little window that shows all the different things that are going on with your computer. One of the most important is the red and green computer monitor rectangular setup right here. This will tell you the name of your computer and what all's going on. So if you click that guy, if you're ever having an issue, you can get a screen that looks like this. It'll say, you know, what the username is, who's using it, what they're doing, and whenever there's a computer issue, this is where you can go to get the information that you need to fill out a school dude request. So here's, you know, basically they're your active programs there. So that's kind of everything that's going on with Windows 7. There's a lot more to Windows 7, but those are some basics and some things that I wanted you to be aware of. Lastly, we've all got our favorite programs, and you can put them down here on the start menu so that they're always there when you want them. And so if you are a Windows Explorer person, then one of the greatest things that you can do is if you right-click the E, you can choose to pin this program to the taskbar. What that does is every time you turn your computer on down here where you see the iTunes and the Chrome and the Tweet and the Smart Notebook, everything is right there for you. It automatically loads itself onto that taskbar, and then it's basically open in the background for you, to where all you need to do is click the E and it'll start that program for you. Okay, so there's some basics of Windows 7. It's a little bit different. You might take a couple days to figure out where stuff is, but don't panic. It is there somewhere. And if you've saved everything in your H drive over the summer, you definitely know where that information is.